What's going on, guys? This is Spartacus bringing a rain coming at you with a figure review on the Marvel Legends series X-23. Of course, the figure does come with only one accessory, and that's the Build-A-Figure piece for the Sasquatch. She does come with claws. If you want to consider that as an accessory, I really don't consider that as an accessory because that's a staple for Wolverine and X-23. But in the bottom of the box, you do have the Deadpool logo, and of course it does say X-23 and does has the Hasbro logo in the corner of the box as well. On the top of the box, you have the Marvel Legends series logo, and on top of the box, you have the nice logo of Deadpool, and of course on the side of the box you have a nice image of X-23, and the back of the box you have a nice image of the figure and all the figures of the way to complete the Sasquatch build figure. And of course on the side of the box you do have a nice image of X-23. So let's crack this bagger off and replace the prison to take a look at what Hasbro has given us. And now that we got her outside the packaging, my first initial thoughts about this figure is that this is my sought after figure of the wave, to be honest with you guys. So I'm going to try not to be biased about it and give an honest opinion of the figure. And honestly, it's a nice figure to have in your collection. And there is little things about the figure that I do not like. For one, right off the bat, the lack of accessories. They should have gave us an extra head sculpt with this figure, because I do appreciate that they added this unique face for X-23, like she's about to murder you, do an attack or something. I do like her face like this, but I wish they did added a natural face with this figure. For instance, I do not like this hair. I like it and I don't like it, because I do like it on this face sculpt, but I wish it was just down. Like just a natural hair going down, not this hair that's blowing in the wind. I do appreciate it with this head sculpt, but I wish they gave us a neutral head sculpt with this figure. But anyways, I do like the paint job that they did with the figure on the face. Nice paint job, no paint splotches or anything like that. So I do appreciate Hasbro has been stepping up their game a lot. Like for instance, on her lips and on her teeth, they're nicely sculpted as well. And I like the fact that I got a good, really good X-23, because honestly, this was the figure that I wanted the most out of the whole wave. And of course, and her eyes, nicely sculpted as well. Nice paint job. I do like the hair, don't get me wrong, but I just wish it was just a neutral hair going down. But I know, I understand that they did it like that for it cannot hinder the articulation, but we all want an extra head sculpt with our figure. So anyways, of course, nice paint job on the upper torso, and I do appreciate this upper torso. And it's gonna sound like a little bit kind of perverted if you want to call it like that, but I wish the Domino figure was a little bit like this upper torso, and I will be comparing this figure with the Domino figure, to be honest, and you'll understand why I'm saying this. But anyways, I do appreciate the paint job that he did. No paint splotches or anything like that. No paint rub at all on the joints as well. You can continually mess around with the joints. It's not paint rubbing or anything. Appreciate the nice sculpting they did on her stomach as well. And on the belt too, nice paint job. Well, not really. Look at that. They kind of missed the paint on it. As you can see on the X, it's a little bit, it's crooked. It is a complaint, to be honest, but they did a good job on the belt. I can't complain too much, but it does move a little bit too much. Like when you pose the figure, it does move a little bit too much. And they did a nice job on the claws, the two claws that she only comes with, and they're silver and they're not white like the Old Man Logan one. I believe it was the Old Man Logan one that he had white, or the Juggernaut wave. I'm not 100% sure. I forgot already. But anyways, nice sculpting on the booty. And nice paint job on our X23. Oh, there's paint splotch right there. So that's unfortunate. I really kind of don't like that. But other than that, they did nice sculpting. I do like the sculpting on her boots and this little silver bits that they added on the straps. So I do appreciate the little detail that they added. I do not like this at all. I cannot get over these numbers. I want them not to be putting those numbers anymore. But overall, it's a nice figure. There's not a lot about this figure, to be honest, but it's a nice figure. And I do wish they give us her first appearance from the X-Men Evolution X23, like in that kind of state, like a young X23, because there is a rumor that we're supposed to get another X23, but most likely it's gonna be from her Wolverine costume, but we'll see. But anyways, let's continue on with the rest of the review. And now to get into articulation of the figure, her head cannot move up at all, to be honest with you guys, and it's just because the hair in the back is in a hard plastic, and her head can move down quite a bit, so that is really good. And it's because the hair in the front is in a soft plastic, as you might see, and it just sucks they couldn't do it all the hair in that kind of soft plastic, and the figure would look up quite a bit if it wasn't for that. But anyways, her hands can move out quite a bit. Doesn't have double jointed elbows, but she can bend them in that much. Does have a hinge on her wrist, so she can hinge up and down quite a bit, so that's really good. Can swivel all around, so that's really good as well. Doesn't have an ab crunch, but she can pivot side to side a little bit. Can move back a little bit. Can move front just a tiny bit. Doesn't have she can kick out this much. Can kick back a little bit. Does have a thigh cut. Does have double jointed knees, so she can bend them in quite a bit. She does have a boot cut. Her feet can move up and down, and she does have that ankle pivot. And now for size comparison, we have the Marvel Legends Deadpool standing next to the X23 Wolverine. And just for size comparison, we have the Marvel Legends Wolverine standing next to the Marvel Legends X23. And I do like this size between the two. It's perfect in my eyes. And for my final thoughts about this figure is that this figure is a nice figure to have in your collection. I know this is my sought after figure of the wave, but there is few things that bug me about this figure. For instance, I did not mention she doesn't come with her claws in her foot. That's a big disappointment that they didn't add that. They should have at least tried to implement the effect like in her hands, where you can peg them in and peg them out. I wish there was a little hole or something, and it just sucks that they didn't do that. And I just wish they did. They didn't have to do it like in the Toy Biz, like have a hinge where they can hide in the bottom of the foot and that's it. And honestly, I cannot compare that Toy Biz figure, because honestly I came across that Toy Biz figure and I could not find myself to buy that figure because it was just an ugly figure, and I honestly was waiting for a very long time to at least have an X23 in my collection. And this, to be honest with you guys, is a good figure in my opinion. There is, like I said, there is things that I don't like. For instance, this really bugs me, this paint splotch and the claws of the foot. That really bugs me that they didn't add that. But if I was to rate this figure between a 1 and 10, I would most likely rate it a 7. It is a good figure. I wish I could put it up to a 9, but this is honestly an honest review. I try to play it honest with you guys. Like I said, this was my sought after figure of the wave, but I have to be honest with you guys because it is a review. I hope you guys liked the review. If you could please like, comment, subscribe for more content coming your way. And honestly, guys, I do appreciate you guys leaving a like and watching my videos. I do not mention that a lot in the videos, but I do appreciate you guys watching my videos. Yes, there are reviews out there for these type of figures, but I do like the fact that you guys take the time to watch my reviews. But anyways, I hope you have a good one.